So I went out for a walk. You know, I've been trying to get 10,000 steps a day.
I saw that.
But on this particular day, I was drinking.
Mm.
I had a couple beers watching the games, but I still had to get my steps. I realized, I need a few thousand more steps, so I go to get my steps. So I'm out there getting it. It's nighttime. It's dark outside. I'm doing what I got to do. And then as I get just far enough to a distance where it would be uncomfortable to have to rush back home for any reason, that's when the emergency decides to happen.
What kind of emergency?
The beer kicked in, Nate.
Oh.
I had to piss.
Well,
Bad.
at least you didn't have to poop.
No.
Okay.
Don't take it there.
Because I thought that's where you're going.
We're fine.
That's usually what my stomach does. So.
No. I didn't have those kind of stomach problems.
Okay.
But I had, and I'm not going to piss outside. It's a beautiful neighborhood. I'm not doing that.
Have you ever?
Have I ever?
Yeah.
What? Yes, of course. Are you really a man if you don't get a couple of those off?
Okay, all right. No, I
Yeah.
totally understand because I've done that as well. And it makes me feel very womanly and natural.
Another story, another time. It's all in you. So I rush back. I'm speed walking at this point. I'm getting to it. I got to go, right? So I'm like, all right, I can make it. Now, there's a bathroom downstairs that I can also use if I don't want to come upstairs. And I wasn't going to make it upstairs. So I went to the bathroom downstairs. Now, as soon as you take the key out your pocket, now you got to go even more. And then the closer you get, every little step you take, right? It would have been Bobby Brown for you, but for me, it's just number one, thank God. And so I get to the bathroom. The men's bathroom is locked. Can't get in, right? Now it's like, we there. It's hammer time, right? What are we going to do? So right next to it is the women's bathroom. It's a single, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
I go into the women's bathroom. I admire the ambiance. I turn around. I close the door. It won't lock. I can't lock the door. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Got to do what I got to do. Hell with it. It's late at night. Who cares?
Right.
I turn around. Fire hose. I mean, that feeling is like, men know. When you that's as long as I could have possibly have held it. There was not a second longer. I'm in there making noises and shit. I'm moaning.
Like,
Yes. Right? You taking some full point in here. Right? Why this older lady?
oh.
I just see the door coming open. I'm like, it's no way. There's no way. No one is ever down here. She comes in, older lady, probably late 60s, 70s. She walk in, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I ain't have it tucked. I'm in there by myself. I'm going, you know what I mean?
Fire hose.
Fire hose. And she walks in. I could see the moment. Like I saw the shock on her face. I saw it happen. I'm like, she will never be the same. And neither will I. And she just yelled, I'm sorry. And I think, judging by how sorry she was, I think she thought she walked into the men's. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm like, no, you're the victim here. But it was nothing I could do. I couldn't stop. So I was trying to tell her it's okay. I'm sorry. This is not on you. This is on me. I have to apologize for this. Right? I have to make this right. And yeah, I think 15 minutes later when I was done, 2 beers had me down like this. I wrap it up. I immediately go wash my hands and I go outside, hoping I'd see her so I could make it right and say, hey, that wasn't on you. I'm terribly sorry. She wasn't there. So I don't know. She couldn't get into the men's one because I couldn't get it open. It was locked. So what did she do? I don't know.
Maybe she went up to her apartment.
This poor lady, did she make it?
I think she did.
That's like when you know what I mean? Like that one time. I would have never have done that. And now I feel terrible because that poor woman saw way more than she bargained for in the bathroom.
So it's so funny. I have a story about this. It's a little different, but I was at a casino. I don't remember where I was. And our bathroom had at least like 20, 30 stalls. So most women, we will go to the handicap stall just because it's bigger.
It's always
really
nice too.
Yeah,
it has its own sink.
Right.
Its own personal.
That's where I used to go to wash up in the morning when the gyms were closed. I would go to the grocery store.
I feel like that's wrong. Like it's just something about it that's wrong.
No one is ever in there. It's usually right when they open or right when they close.
Yeah.
And this particular time I was at the casino. It was late. It was still people there, but it was late. I was like, most responsible people are probably at home right now. And I was like, I'm going to go in the handicap stall like I normally do. I hear someone coming down the little pathway, and she's like moaning and groaning, and she was like, it's so far. It's long. It's like 20 stalls. She was like, it's so far. And she's trotting. You can hear it. And then she gets to the stall, but it's locked because I'm in there.
Right.
And she's like, oh, shit.
Why the one time you use the handicap stall is always when someone that's handicapped needs it?
So she has to go to another stall.
Oh my God.
And it's one of the smaller ones.
You don't feel right. I can't.
And as I'm coming out, like I'm done, I'm coming down the hallway, and I see her like this. Oh God. She's holding on to the walls.
What she was doing?
She was like, she was. It's not
wrong.
funny.
This is
it's
wrong.
not funny. It's not funny.
No, you stop. No, you're telling the story. You can stop at any time.
I said,
Why would you?
I said, I'm so sorry, man, but she was like,
Welcome to In the Moment. All right, mic check.
Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. They try to hold me down, I just re-up and then I just reload it. Yeah, hey, look, just stay in the moment. If they try to hold you down, you just re-up and then you just reload it. Yeah.
Normally, the intros are not that long. It doesn't take this long for me to introduce the players. I am Mo Mitch. That is Nate, a.k.a. Mother Nature, who today is not a very nice person. The intro is normally not that long, and it's damn sure normally not that mean. I was not on the schedule. You know what's funny about that?
tell me.
I promise you this. When I got to the end of my story, and I said the one time I used the woman's bathroom is exactly the time that a woman needs the woman's bathroom. What I was gonna say was the one time you used the handicap spot is the one, right? But I was like, nah, let me tuck that back. And then you was like, I got a story. Now I feel safe. I be afraid. You do not. Because everybody probably does that.
Everyone does it.
Everyone does it. But you just you pray that no one's going to actually need it in the time that you're there. But that was funny.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I have been celebrating my 40th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I was in Colombia.
Nice.
Ton of surprises. Wow, a lot happened.
Okay,
Oh.
I can't wait to hear about it.
A lot happened. I'm gonna talk about it all. There is one part that I gotta save for Patreon. I'm not lying to you. It was the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to me.
Jeez.
And when I tell you what it was, I think you're gonna understand why it was so traumatic.
Okay.
This was bad. I don't know if I want to tell everybody. I'll save that for Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, really quick, I think this week is the week.
Okay, the week 4.
This is the week where I'm going to start introducing chapters of my life that I think people are all here for. I think that's enough said.
Yeah.
It starts this week. Exclusively on Patreon, chapter 1. Yeah, it drops this week. I know there's things y'all have been wanting to know, and there's things I have been wanting to tell. But in due time, with patience, and it's all for a reason. But I love y'all. Don't get it twisted. All right, 5 for the week. Scientists have created a headset that can record your dreams and play them back.
Yes, I would do that.
You would do this? I think you would do this because you don't care if your relationship lasts or not. I think, my first thought with this was my relationship is going to end.
Really?
I mean, it's not always bad.
Okay.
But there have been times I woke up thinking like we got into an argument. Not just with, this is with everybody in my life. I've woke up thinking me and my mother got in an argument. And then I'm like, wait, that didn't actually happen.
I've never gotten a fight or an argument or anything like that in my dreams. I've had nightmares, but it's like either of me falling or me dying or Freddy Krueger.
You actually dream of Freddy Krueger?
I mean, not regularly, but when I was younger, I used to have, I would say maybe 2 or 3 times a year, I would have a dream about Freddy Krueger and I think the Fat Boys. You remember that group?
The group?
Yeah.
I know from Freddy Krueger. I was so confused. Like, what?
Didn't they had a song or
Had a
one of their
movie?
movies?
Yeah.
It was similar to like Thriller.
Why were you so afraid? How do you connect that? Like that, I feel like
Because
Freddy
it
Krueger
was-
and the Fat Boys? That's what you was afraid of as a child?
I mean, they weren't always there together. They weren't there
They
together.
was in a group in your dreams on Elm Street and shit. That's just an odd combination, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't have nightmares about that anymore. But it's usually like me falling, whether I'm in an airplane or like on an airlift or something where I'm just falling.
Oh, all right.
I usually wake up right before I hit the ground.
I
and then
I have that dream as well.
Yeah.
They say if you hit the ground, that's it for you.
I feel like people who die in their sleep, they died in their dream.
Huh.
You ever thought about that?
No, why would I think about that at all? All this living I'm trying to do. Why?
Okay.
No.
All right,
What if you don't die in your dreams? What if you wide awake?
Oh, then you wake back up.
What?
But I think the people you've heard of people dying in their sleep.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's because they died in their dreams. You never thought about that? Have you ever been sleeping and you feel like you gotta pee? Or like something's happening and your heart is racing.
Nothing's happening when I'm sleeping, Nate. I'm sleeping.
But you sleep, you don't know that. But don't you have the urge to pee?
When I wake up, yes.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So if you had a dream where you had to pee, don't you normally wake up right before you pee?
Unless you piss yourself.
Right, that happens too. So if you peed in your dreams and you peed in real life, and I think that the people who died in their sleep, they died in their dream, and so they died in real life.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
So like,
because when you've had dreams of you falling, doesn't it feel? Can't you feel
Yeah.
like you're falling?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit the ground and then that's it. I think their body is reacting to it.
I never hit the ground.
Me neither.
I'm always fighting, and I can't fight.
Okay.
I'm running,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm slow as hell.
I
hate dreaming. I'm over it.
You're running like
Yeah, I am trash in everything I ever dream about. I'm trash. I'm the worst person in the dream. It's
Okay.
my dream. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I should be the strongest in the dream. It's always the opposite with me.
We should go get a sleep study. Like, we should go to someone who interprets dreams.
I could barely sleep. And there's not much to study.
Okay.
But I'm with it though.
Okay.
If it can help me with my sleep. But in this case, the first thing I thought about was relationships because, yeah, people dream about other things. Now you different, I guess.
Okay.
But I have certainly had dreams that if that's on the side of my head, like a television, and my significant other is laying next to it, watching it, when I wake up, ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense if you're
can't
having
control it.
bad dreams and y'all are like arguing.
Or
in
if you
your
dream
dream.
about, some, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's different. I've had dreams about other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
but
you
I
go.
don't like if my person was having a dream about someone else sexually, I don't think I would be upset. It's a dream.
You bugging.
Wow, really?
You are so different.
You
What?
would be upset
Nate,
if
if I
your girl
wake up
is
and happen to look over, and I just happen to see this 14-inch screen hanging off the side of her brain, and it's some dude. And in y'all dreams, they be having angel wings and all kind of shit going on, and he's taking her to heights. I know. I used to do a show. Nate, they used to talk about stuff like this. Yes. What do you think is happening? First of all, I'm gonna pour water on it. Like I'm definitely destroying it. I'm not gonna sit there and watch the rest of the movie. I'm gonna feel, why are you dreaming about that? And she can't even control it. That's the problem I see coming.
That's why I wouldn't be upset. Like,
Until you see it in 4K.
I wouldn't be upset. If it's a sexual dream,
You different. I can't even, because
I would have
I'm
to
learning
treat that
you.
like
and
a porno. I'd have
You
to
just
take
you
advantage.
go get popcorn. Oh shit! Hold the dream. I gotta run to the microwave. My girl getting bit. She's doing what? That's crazy. I will wake up and be, get your hands off my woman. All right. No, we just different.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Man goes to ER after sticking A batteries up his rectum for an energy boost.
I don't want to say what I was thinking.
What, he should have went with D batteries? You try to get charged up or not? You want to turn it up or not? And how many you need? I don't know, 2, 3, 4?
That's crazy.
Did he go plus side up?
Probably.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This is interesting. I guess, is this the new energy drink?
I don't know. I don't know. It makes me wonder what's going on up here. Because I've gotten to some things,
You got into
some
some places,
shenanigans.
yeah.
But
They found a lot of things up people's butt over the years. I've learned that. from
yeah,
being
I've been
on-
hearing,
on
watching
radio.
the ER
Yeah.
stories. Mhm.
Yeah, flashlights, all kind of things I wish I never knew. But I wonder what makes you go with because he said A batteries, right? Did he
Maybe
go double A?
he's-
Did he go triple A? What?
Maybe he got the A because he needs to be dilated first.
Oh.
Because
that-
he can't go straight to the D's.
That makes perfect sense, Nick. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. I don't know. I guess the days of just grabbing a monster and calling it a day are gone. Influencer Sadia Khan, who charges men $6,000 to learn how to find high-value women, is caught being the side chick of a married man. First of all, take the $6,000 you paying her and put that toward finding the high-value woman. Because you giving it to her, how we know she a high-value woman? Second of all, how are you going to learn as a man how to be a man from a woman?
You know, some people just don't know. They just don't know. That's why you have dating coaches and matchmakers. Some people just don't know. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to look for. And I would think if it is, $6,000 just to learn, she has a certain type of clientele who $6,000 is nothing. $6,000 might be like $600.
But she's taking advantage of the people that don't know, is what I'm saying. Like, because I agree with you that there are people who don't know. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people in her position, now here she is, she's teaching these men how to find high value women, but she herself is the side chick to a married man, which would mean she herself is not a high value woman. So I just didn't understand the philosophy of these men going to a woman and trying to learn how to be a man, because ultimately the women that you are seeking are looking for a man. They may not necessarily know what you're supposed to do as a man because she's a woman. You supposed to know that as a man. And if you don't know, that's okay. You supposed to learn that from a man. And I'm not saying you can't learn anything. You can learn things from men, you can learn things from women, you can learn things from smart people, you can learn things from stupid people. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what I think sometimes we don't value enough the culture of what a man needs to learn from a man.
I understand that. I agree with you with that, but there's just some men who will probably think because she's a woman and she knows how she wants women to be treated, let me get information from her so I can see based off of what I already know and compare to what she's telling me, and then I can formulate what's going to work for me to help me find someone.
And I think if you find value in pieces of that, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you find putting 6,000 into valuing all of that, there's something a little off. I feel this way also when I watch women go to women for advice on how to handle a man. And when I watch a man go to men for advice on how to handle a woman, I think you should speak to the opposite sex about what it takes, what the opposite sex is looking for. At the same time, when it comes to what you are trying to become in order to be valuable to the opposite sex, a lot of the time, the person that's going to tell you what they want, it's not always what they need. So yeah, a woman could tell you what she wants and what she's looking for. Is it always what she wants and what she needs? Same with a man. He'll tell you, I want this, 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 and this. But a lot of the time when God give us something, it ain't always what we had written down A to Z. There's a reason. Because what you want is not always what you need. And these men thinking that they needed this woman's advice for $6,000 a pop. I'd have told them for $600. Y'all bugging.
But like I said, if they're spending that kind of money, that's $6,000 is like $60 to people like that.
So what? It's still wasted. It could go somewhere else to a better service, not to influencers who are being false prophets online, because there are so many of them that maybe this is just a reminder to not believe everything you see and hear, especially online. Did you see the woman who is going viral for stealing the ball from a child?
I did.
She is being called Karen, and she has on a Phillies uniform. She's yelling. She approached the dad very aggressively in the stands of a baseball game where he caught the ball and was giving it to his son. She walked over, got super aggressive, and tried to steal the ball. She went viral.
Part of me feels like it was staged. They said that the ball was in her hand and he took it out of her hand. They have videos of all the other angles, but no videos of the ball in her hand.
I respect everything you're saying, but if this is staged, how did they even hit the ball over there to begin with?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see the ball go over there. But if they did, I mean, I don't know. You never know.
I just think she carried out.
Maybe.
And it was caught on video for once. I think things like this happen all the time. There are a lot of hers in life. There are a lot of people like her in life. This has happened to me many a times when it's been like, oh, if I just had that on video, this person is a real ass, right? I just think she got caught in one of those moments and is here for the entire world to see. And I just hope that somebody watches this and goes, I've been that person and I will never be again. Because you just look so ridiculous.
Okay, so if the ball landed in your hand and someone took it out of it and you were trying to catch that for your son or your mother or someone, how would you respond?
Stay in the moment. Yeah, hey, look, check, I'm in the moment. Hey, look, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. If they try to hold you down, you just re-up and then you
So if I'm the guy in that
No,
situation.
if you're the woman, the ball, because she said that the ball landed in her hand and he took it out.
This is why I brought this here, because I knew you was going to be on her side. Let's talk.
I'm not on her side.
I'm joking.
I just want all the info.
Okay, so now let me be clear of who I am. Yes, I am the guy who knocked over 3 grown women to grab a Chris Brown t-shirt for my baby sister, because I don't want to be a hypocrite here. All right, I want it to be clear with who I am. If the ball lands in my hand, and then a guy comes over and snatches it, and then gives it to a kid, I probably would have initially thought to react because I just can't let you punk me like that. Like, it would have been the principle. Hell with the ball. I really don't care about it. But who are you to just snatch a ball out my hand and just walk confidently the other way like I'm chump?
Right.
So I probably would have been like, hold up, man. And then when I saw him walking in the direction of a child, I would have turned around and counted my losses. That's what I would have done.
I say that I would have gone over there anyway. If it was in my hand and he came and took it out of my hand, I don't care if he gave it to his son. I would not have taken the ball, though. Like, when he took the ball out of his son's glove and gave it to me, I would have been like, no. I'm going to give it back to you because you already gave it to your son. But the fact that you took it out of my hand, that's fucked up, and I want you to know that.
Nate, you going to give him a stern talking to?
Yes, I am.
And then what?
It doesn't matter because I said what I had to say. You can't just come and snatch the ball out of my hand. I'm going to tell you about yourself.
I would laugh at that if I'm him.
I don't care. I'm still going to tell you about yourself.
And you would be steaming mad. See, that's how people want you to get. They want you to be like her in that situation and react. And there were times in my life, which this is ironic because I want to go into this later, but when I would react, because you're right, but the world doesn't know that. The world never knows you're right.
Well, see, I'm going to post a video immediately after. I'm going to say, like, the ball was in my hand, but here's my other question. Do you think that he really did take it out of her hand, which is why he was so quick to give it back to her?
Possibly. Maybe that's why he did the flop. Right? That's why he did the old Messi, the old Ronaldo. Right? But I mean, maybe.
I think it was in her hand. I think he took it out of her hand, gave it to his son. That's why he walked like that, and then responded that way.
That was a sassy walk back to his son, too. It was sassy.
Because he knew he was wrong. And then when she came and confronted him, he knew he was wrong, so he took the ball and gave it back to her. I think that's why. Because why else? Like, if I fair and square caught the ball, no one had it in their hand, I grabbed it, and I gave it to my daughter, I'm not giving you the ball. Like, you didn't have it. Yeah, I believe she had it in her hand. He took it, and that's why he was so quick to give it back to her.
All right, lastly, I just want you to see this because I thought it was hilarious. My man is at the drive-thru. Woman pulls up. And this is the conversation that happens when he comes to the window.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
All right. I heard it's big man season.
Yeah, all right.
You married?
Yeah.
You cheat?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. He fought so hard. You seen him fight? He said no. Yes.
See,
I'm crying.
that's terrible. But also, I'm looking.
He don't get no credit.
No, he gets no credit for that. But I'm looking at the entire picture. First of all, I'm looking at her hand.
Right.
So what is his type for him to say yes? Like, how did he go back on that?
I can't say that.
Oh, okay.
You can say that.
I mean, I can see the hand.
Yo, I would have never noticed that.
You didn't?
I watched this video 5 times. I never noticed the hand.
That was the first thing I noticed.
Oh, my God. So you saying he willing to go for anything.
I mean,
he risking it all for whatever. Okay.
But you do see the hand, right?
I see the hand. Yeah. I see it.
All right.
All right. Let's get into some quick notes. These are some notes I took over some things that have happened, Nate, and I want to get your thoughts on these as well because you know we've been going for a while.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen you. What is like 2-3 weeks? 2 weeks.
Yeah, It has been quite some time, so we have a lot of catching up to do. Pardon me if I'm moving fast, but I'm excited to be back. Which it's a beautiful feeling when you come back from vacation and you're excited to go to work, not dreading going to work. You know what I mean? So the first thing we missed in being gone all this time. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Taylor and Travis.
Yeah, I think it's the best catch of his career. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It would also be the best ring of his career. And I think that other career is coming to an end. I think he has 1 season left. I don't think you continue to hut.
Really?
No, I think 1 year. But I don't think it's completely because of this. I just think it's been going in that direction. But I did stumble across this article which says Taylor Swift about to find out what a lot of married women already know. In many ways, marriage creates more problems than it solves. No one knows that more than, well, people who are married. So there are a lot of people who believe that this marriage will be 2 years tops. And if this marriage does not last, this is coming from the Swifties. This is not coming from me. I didn't
Really?
say this. This is from this article. Please, Swifties, I want no smoke. But they're saying that with her track record of music and songs with the people she's been with, if this don't work, it's like now you gotta look at her different. It's on you now. I think she's going to that J-Lo category. That's what they saying. I guess a lot of her music, the history of her music has been, yo, this didn't work out and here's why, you're the problem. Well, at some point, right? Because we ain't got another one from Adele. Adele seemed fine. I don't know.
Some people work better when they're unhappy. A lot of
Most
artists.
Yeah, I'm one of them. It's almost it's unhealthy because you seek it out. I need those feelings to go as where I need to go. You know, a lot of humor and it comes from darkness. But I wish them the best. I don't have anything other than that to say.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for them. I can't say that I'm a Taylor Swift fan, but I'm not one of those people that are like, I hate Taylor Swift. No, I love her. I would go see her in concert, and I'm happy for her.
I do feel like if you are at this point now, you're Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you get married, you have to top Jeff Bezos' wedding. Like he set the standard now. So how you gonna do that? Come with it.
Yeah, I
Come
guess
with
we'll
it.
see.
You know what I mean? Every Super Bowl ring get better every year. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't go back. So
Do you
we'll
think
see.
they're actually going to get married?
No.
I don't either.
Yep. Okay. Chris Brown spoke out after fans voiced frustrations over parking and seating issues at his recent shows. I just put this here to say I love Chris Brown. I get a lot of heat for that, but I love him as an artist.
Why?
Because people won't forgive him
You got to move
and let
on.
it go. I know, but a lot of people won't, but that's fine. That's not my battle. But I didn't love this response. I have to be honest. He said, I see y'all reviews about the difficulty at some venues with parking, seating, etc. I hope y'all understand this is my first stadium tour, so I don't know if the people in charge of that in the cities realize the capacity I would bring out. Some circles ran smooth. This is the first time I've ever been in these venues. Appreciate y'all concerns. Unfortunately, I'm not in charge of, and whenever they cancel the meet and greets, it's usually due to something security-wise or me actually needing the rest so I don't burn myself out. Hope y'all understand. I feel like Chris was like, hey, yo, listen, that ain't my department, but I figure it out. And didn't say at the meet and greets, if I don't do it, it's because I burnt myself out. Ain't they paying $2,500 for a meet and greet?
Yeah.
Well, figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
That's
I
how I
agree.
feel. I didn't love this from Chris, yo. Like, he always is great about the way he responds to his fans. Always. I feel like that's okay, good. But this time, he was like, figure it out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I remember when I worked at some restaurant, and I can't remember what was happening. I think the server I was the hostess. The server that they had just wasn't giving them great service. So they came up to me yelling, and they're like, she did this and she won't do this and she's taking so, and I'm like, y'all have to stop yelling at me because I don't know what's going on. This is not my fault, but I will get the manager for you, you know, whatever. And then they were like, no, you're a part of this. Like, you're a part of this. This is your fault just as well as it is hers. And I was like, fuck you. Like, what are you talking about? But as I got older, I realized, like, if you work at a company, or even if it's a small business, mom and pop, whatever, like, y'all are all a team. And even if someone comes and they're unhappy with something, they're coming to you because you work there and you're part of the team. And if there is any concern or feedback or something's not going right, then you tell the person who is in charge. Like, you're here, listen to what they have to say and go tell the person in charge so that they can change or work on whatever needs to be fixed. So yeah, he definitely should have said something along the lines of, we are going to figure it out. We hear you loud and clear. And I will make sure that they stay on top of it.
Completely agree with what you said. Like, just to touch on that, that's a part of being a leader. That's a part of being a manager, is understanding that every single piece that goes into people coming to see you or into people supporting you is important, right? A lot of people feel like, and this is why it's important to treat the people on your team with the utmost love and respect, because at some point a lot of managers will go to their employees and go, oh, you're treating this like it's a paycheck. Well, duh.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a paycheck, right? But if you want me to go above and beyond and treat it like it's more than that and treat this as if it's a team and a family, well, then you have to treat me like it's a team and it's a family. And I feel like that gets conflicted a lot in a lot of different workplaces. And in this case, it's similar with Chris Brown. Like, I know that security, that ain't your job, but what's wrong with making sure they good so that your people that are coming to see you are good?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're security or whoever and people are complaining, then eventually they're going to stop buying tickets and then there won't be a show and then you're not going to have work.
100%.
So everybody has to work together.
See, but when you charging $10,000 a meet and greet, you ain't gonna feel that. He could just go
Yeah.
to sleep in the back and then that's it. But hey, I ain't mad at you, Chris. Get your money. Now, they also saying that Justin Bieber is off the Chris Brown drugs because he just released another album. This is the second album in 2 months after being away for 4 years. I have not heard it yet. Nate, have you? Swag 2 is
No,
what it's
I
called.
was going to wait for you.
Okay, well, the thing is, the last time we did that, I lost a friend. So I didn't know. You're not supposed to make the same mistakes, Nate. You're supposed to, because like we're not DJs. So I don't know if we can listen to music. All right. Well, yeah, we'll listen to Swag 2 and we'll let y'all know, report back in when we do to see if it was good or not. So apparently Ciara has changed her son's name, and Little Future now officially carries her NFL husband, Russell Wilson's last name. She didn't announce this, but somehow at a tennis event, they found out that this had happened because of the name that they saw in the paper was Wilson and not Future's last name. How do you feel about changing the last name of a child that belongs to another man?
I think that is a great move on her part because he's in school and when he has to write down his name, he knows that his name is different from everyone else. He lives with them full time. So there could be a part of him that is feeling different, feeling excluded, not part of the family. Even something as small as the last name could be something big for a child. I don't know his relationship with his dad. I don't know her relationship with his dad. And if he's not involved or really like active in his life, then I don't see an issue with it.
I don't know the relationship with his dad either. I do know Ciara, in the interview she did, somewhat hinted toward when she was asked, how's co-parenting going? Like, what co-parenting?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if a man is attempting to be in that child's life and he's alive and well, I don't think you do that.
Right. If he's active.
Right. But if this man has decided he wants nothing to do with the child, or if, like the basketball player Anthony Edwards, who said, I'll pay all the child support up front. I don't want anything to do with my kid. If it's that kind of energy, then yeah, I don't mind changing the name because I was the child who grew up in that situation. I understand exactly what it's like to be him. I grew up in a household where my last name was different. And there were a lot of situations that made me feel less than or not a part of the family. And it was traumatic in a way that I never imagined it would be. I don't think you think about, damn, what is that going to be like when you walk around your house and everywhere it's a different name. You see initials on the wall. It's for a different name. When you see your family name under the pictures, it's a different name. When we go and do certain things where they have to call the family or they have to ask, it's a different name. You know what I mean? Even in school, like when people would say, oh, tell Mrs. Mitchell, and it was like, that's not her last name. So in their case, I mean, if Future wants nothing to do with his future, no pun, I understand. Did you see this skit that Drewski did?
I've seen bits of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it's been going viral.
It's been going very, very viral.
The makeup was on point.
Yes.
They gave him a tan and everything.
They crushed this, man. So for those who are not familiar, there's a comedian. His name is Drewski, and he is famous for doing a lot of skits. And his most recent one, they say he went really far with performing it's a white face performance skit where he was imitating what it's like to be white at a NASCAR race event. They say it was spot on. I didn't even see the full skit, and I don't really know these events well enough to know, but I did see a lot of people saying that if this was reversed, it would be an issue.
It would be.
I don't understand why those people don't know it's not the same.
Okay. Do you want to explain it?
Sure. So Theo Vaughn, are you familiar with Theo? So Theo Vaughn was one of the people who said this, and it seemed to be a popular opinion of, okay, if it was reversed, it would be an issue. And well, yes, because blackface represents more than just painting your face. You have to consider the historical context. Blackface has a specific meaning and a particular power within the country that's tied to Jim Crow and slavery and oppression, and reinforces the power and the thought of white supremacy. It's simply not the same. And I think you should be able to see that. But if not, I think you should also consider that when blackface was done in Tropic Thunder, most black people didn't complain. They thought it was funny because they saw the art in it. So it can be done in a way where it's not taken as offensive, but it's just not likely. And that should be considered when comparing the two, which really can't be compared at all. And you can't just flip it the other way and think that it means the same. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't know the history of blackface. And I told you, I didn't even understand. Like, the first time I heard about it was with like Whoopi Goldberg and the guy from Cheers.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. And I don't know how old I was, 10, 11, and I didn't understand the big deal. So yeah, like I said, I feel like there's some people who probably just don't get it, and they will do it just because they're like, oh, they just don't want us to do it, but they don't understand why. And even in the black community, I feel like there's a lot of people who don't know the history, but because it is offensive and they're just going with it. But yeah, it is different. So I understand. How do I feel about him? I mean, I didn't watch it, but I did think about that. I was like, this is going to not really cause an uproar, but people are going to have a lot of things to say about it, because some people are going to ask, why is this different from blackface? And if you don't know, then that's the reason why you're going to ask.
And to Theo Vaughn, who I think said he would like to reverse it.
Okay.
And he wants to put on blackface and be a black character.
Okay.
I would just say to him, hey, go to Chicago and do it. Nah, because if you're going to do it, go to like Detroit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, because that's what Drewski did. He went to a white event, and you know,
equality is what we're shooting for, man. Get you a bucket of chicken, some watermelon. You know what I mean? And then get your hair right, and go ahead down there and just throw up all kind of gang signs and wear whatever color you want, and let them know what time it is with you, man. Yeah, hey, good luck. So I celebrated my 40th birthday in Colombia, and it was amazing.
I want to hear about it.
You gotta hold it together.
Okay.
Yo, you know what? I can't lie to y'all. I just can't do it. In full transparency, I just cut the best birthday segment anyone has ever made in the history of life. Nate was there. She was in tears. I'm telling y'all the truth. And we looked up. I got so excited to take a break. And I was so happy that y'all were going to experience that. And Nate said, oh, you didn't record any of that. Y'all, when I tell you I yelled to the top of my lungs. Oh, my God.
So now I have to pretend like I didn't hear any of it, which is why I am looking forward to hearing it for the first time again.
So I celebrated my 40th birthday in Colombia.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to just tell it from my heart again.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this as a lesson, y'all. And I'm so serious. I want y'all to be here in this moment with me, because this happens. Boy, does this happen.
Yes.
In life. Mm-hmm. And everything in my spirit wants to quit right now. including the tears that are falling down Nate's face as I'm trying to keep it together. But I'm going to rumble. This young man is going to rumble. Are you ready, Nate?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got it this time.
I celebrated my 40th birthday in Colombia this weekend.
I want to hear about it.
It was amazing.
Okay, tell me everything.
I went into this situation hesitant, not knowing exactly how I was going to celebrate it.
Because you don't like surprises.
And I knew about the surprise,
Right.
right? So for those who may not know, my lady was putting together a surprise birthday for me in Colombia. Initially, I was supposed to be going with her and someone whom I thought was my best friend. And life changed really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, the person who I thought was my best friend was no longer going to be on the trip because he was no longer in my life. If you are a patronizer, you know exactly what happened with that situation. And there's another situation, I'll get into it another time. He's not there. Then the focal point of a lot of my life at that time, my job, was also gone. And I was going through so much that in my mind, I don't want to have a birthday celebration. It's like, no, you're turning 40, you got to. So, bad timing,
I get it.
right? Should have been 40 at different times. Not right now. And no, you got to do it. At this point, I have to go through with it. Then I get a text from somebody else who I believe to be a friend. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I think this is some kind of scam. Are you actually having a surprise birthday party in Colombia? I guess I am. I didn't know. But thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
He was a hater.
Ruins the whole surprise. Calls me a couple days later. Nate didn't know that. We started to discuss it because he was crying, telling me about things going on in his life. And I was there for him, and I listened. But a lot of the people who loved me told me they felt like that was guilt. That was the last time we spoke.
It was a couple days after he ruined your surprise and after I called him a hater on air. And, he called because he felt bad.
Exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even wish me a happy birthday.
Hater.
Not a text, not a phone call, not anything. And obviously he didn't show up. And it just made me reevaluate things because I am not the kind of person that cares about birthdays. Never have. Not my thing. I think 21, I got hype. And that was it. 30, I just was more concerned with leaving my 20s. But something about 40 just felt a little more important.
Mm-hmm.
And with all I was going through, all of the changes, all of the things in my life that were a bit uncomfortable, I wasn't sure if I could even give to people the energy that I needed to make it worth them wanting to surprise me. God works in mysterious ways, right? Maybe the surprise was meant to be ruined. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But when we get out there, I have this moment of, with all of this going on around me, if I'm in Colombia for my 40th birthday, and of all the people, because in my mind, I know my family could get there if they want to be there, but my grandma, what would the point of this be if she's not there to celebrate my 40th?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew she wasn't coming. She ain't coming to Colombia.
Right.
She flying to see her family, but I know she don't really want to fly internationally like that. I'm like, well, I should have went to New York, but whatever, it's over. Fine, I'll come back. I go downstairs. We supposed to be going to the pool. I'm waiting by the window, wondering why it's taking so long. Next thing I know, I hear, I know you ain't think I wasn't coming. It's my grandmother. So I'm like, ah! Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
My grandmother came all the way to Colombia
I love that for you.
to celebrate me. And in that moment, something just clicked.
Mm-hmm.
It went from I don't even want to be here to it was like this voice in my head that was like, enough. You are going to be grateful for everything that happens on this trip and for your life. You have so much to celebrate, so much to be thankful for, so much to have gratitude for. You're going to celebrate this and you're going to be happy about this. And then something clicked. And I don't know if that has something to do with turning 40, but something just clicked in me. And then that's when the trip became, it reminded me of being a kid because I was a big wrestling fan. And when you would watch a Royal Rumble, you knew all of the wrestlers were going to be in the ring, but you didn't know who was coming at what time. So whenever the wrestler would come, you would hear the music and you would get excited. Oh! That's how the surprises felt. So then I see my mom, my dad, my sister. Oh! I'm excited. I'm like, okay. Right? Our family come. Oh! I'm excited.
Yeah.
And people just keep coming. And I'm like, wow, look at these people showing up for me. And I think that's what that was. To feel, I don't allow that. I don't allow myself to feel that. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that I wasn't until that moment. And it was a lot of those moments. And even in the listeners, I don't know how this happened, but I never had my Instagram notifications on. But somehow they ended up on. I don't know how. So I didn't know how to stop it. It's all coming to my watch. So at first I was like, this is a lot. But I'm starting to read them now. And it was so much love from so many of the listeners, so many of the supporters. And it was just like, it was this experience in life of going through such a dark time. And then all of a sudden, you just come into this bright light at the end of the tunnel. And the light is so bright that it's brighter than the light you remember from before it got dark.
Yeah.
It's never been this bright. And it's like, I didn't go through that darkness for nothing. And to see the family show up in that way, it was everything. It was getting all of that love at the same time that I was getting it from the supporters and from the listeners, from you guys. And it was everything, you know. And there were fireworks for me. We had an amazing dinner. The chef came out. We ate at the table. Everybody brought my favorite drinks. I mean, my parents never been to Colombia before. You know, I've been there a few times. I love this place. Colombia is everything. I mean, the people, the culture, the music, the way they treat you, the service, the party, and it's just a great place. And they never been, so I'm taking them around the walled city. My dad's buying everything. Me, you can't block your blessings. I'm like, Pop, you can't just. He buying 5-6 bracelets. They just throw it. He buying paintings. He buying anything that, you know what I mean? But he like, he's having the time of his life. My mom is dancing. My sister is there. It was just all of a sudden. The way I'd celebrated every birthday prior was like not about to happen this year. Not at 40. Something different happened. It was a transition. I felt it in my spirit. It was just like, nah, you're going to be grateful about this. And I was, about every single moment. We had one day, we went on this boat ride.
Okay.
Shout out to my grandmother because she knew not to go.
Oh,
She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not getting on that boat. And we got on this boat, and it was it wasn't great. We didn't get the treatment I thought we were gonna get. And there was a moment that happened on that boat that was extremely traumatic for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you the gash that's on my leg. I
fell off the boat?
Yeah, I got a little fight with the boat. Yeah, I didn't win. I didn't win. Apparently, boats are really good in the water. But I'm here.
Okay.
So in a way, I did win.
Yeah.
Right. And you live to fight another day. I will tell. I got it. I hate to do this to y'all. I do, but that story, and then right after that, the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to me in my life happened. And I'm not exaggerating this. And I think when you hear it, you're going to know why I'm saying it's that traumatic.
Okay.
But I can't have a Patreon and not give. I know I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I promise you, it will be that please come be a patronizer. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment, and I've changed my entire mind and thoughts on surprises.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, because I never felt a surprise like that.
Mm.
Not like that. That was just a few days full of surprises. I mean, we even just approaching that place, driving on the beach, and I never drove on the beach before, to pull up to a mansion. And I got out thinking, what is this? And they're like, this is for you for the weekend. And I'm like, what? And there's 2 hot tubs on each side. There's bars on each side. There's this long walkway. And it's just I didn't even know Airbnbs can look like this. They blasting music, 50, go. And it's just lit. My mama is dancing. I'm looking around. Where's my grandmother? She already inside.
Mm-hmm.
She come out with a drink. Hey! Oh, this is about to be the best time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was. It was. And I'll say this, 40 just makes things very clear.
Mm.
It's almost like things just clear up for you a little bit.
Yeah.
And as much as I love and appreciated every single individual that was there for 97% of the trip, I took 3% of the trip to reflect on who wasn't.
Mm.
And, of course, without a valid excuse or, whatever reasoning, because these things are important.
Yeah.
And I also took note of who didn't even reach out to say happy birthday, because 40 just feel a little different.
Yeah.
And it was one person in particular who I never been this petty before. I never cared this much about a birthday, Nate. But remember I told you the whole situation with the song, I didn't really like the energy. And you said, well, maybe he was kidnapped or something. And I said, no, I just think he's just not showing me the same kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
Got a birthday text from him.
Mm.
Like 2 or 3 days later.
Oh.
After I had posted it on Instagram.
Okay.
And it just said, happy birthday, bro.
Mm.
And then I went back. I said, but maybe I do that. So I went scroll back on the text. And then I saw on his birthday, on the day of, happy birthday, bro! Exclamation points, emojis, party time. And I don't know if that's supposed to feel a way, but it did. It just kind of felt like, I think I'm done with this. Not like I'm done with you, not like I'm mad, just with the whole receiving an energy I don't deserve that's lower than the energy that I'm giving out.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I used to remake songs on people's birthdays, and I would record it. Like, I would change the words of like whatever trending song, but just make it a happy birthday song, and it would be about that person, and I would send it to them on their birthday. And I did that for about 3 years. No one ever did it back to me. Some of those people didn't even call me or text me on my birthday. And I just didn't feel like I was getting the same energy back. So I stopped doing that. I kind of miss doing it though. But I don't have friendships like that where I can, because I know that I'm not going to get the same in return. And I don't need a birthday song, but call me. You can sing happy birthday. You don't have to like record a whole new song. But like, I just don't get the same in return.
Yeah, it really made me want 2 things. It made me want better from the people I am going to have around me, and it made me want to do better for the people that are around me.
Mm-hmm.
I got those 2 visions from it, and I was like, yeah, for 40 and on, it's quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No more of that. No more, because if you bringing me half energy, then what you bringing me energy for at all? It just, what are we doing? We're a little too old for that.
Yep.
And I got more to say about that, but I'll save it. All right, this week we have an embarrassing story from one of our listeners, and I have not read the email off air, so I'm just going to read it for the first time here. Are we ready?
Ready.
As a quick note, I wanted to say I have followed your career for a little while now, and I'm so glad to see the direction it is going in. I will tell the embarrassing story that haunts me to this day. I have worked in the customer service field since I was 18 years old. I am currently 38 and a customer service operations manager at a locally owned vet clinic in Sugar Hill, Georgia. Bougie Buford, as I love calling it. I pride myself on relating to clients by being my authentic self while still being a professional when I need to be. This has worked for me a solid 95% of my career. Please feel free to shorten my story as I tend to get wordy, but I wanted you to have the full picture. At our facility, we offer boarding services where you drop your dog off for a period of time and we take care of them. So I had a new client come in for boarding, and he was a last-minute check-in for a dog that is on 7 different medications. We close at 6 p.m., and this guy comes in at 5 p.m. with a bag full of pills for this hot mess express dog that has so many medical issues, which is fine. We are a medical facility here to help. It is protocol that we inventory all the items and verify with the client how many pills they give and when, because when it comes to animals, you'd be shocked by how many people do not follow the instructions that are on the label. So on the 4th drug we are going over, he is clearly in a hurry and is rushing me through the process. He said, well, my wife usually took care of all of this, so I don't know exactly what he gets. I've been married since 2009 and took this as a perfect opportunity to bond with him and tell him, I'm married too. I have to take care of the pet's medications and paperwork or my husband would just fall apart. Me waiting for the laughs that did not happen. He looked me dead in the face and said, my wife died and that's why I'm boarding the dog. Oh my God. No. 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 Say anything else. For the first time in my career, I was speechless. Literally, to this day, do not know exactly what happened, but do know that I apologized, took all the meds, and figured it the fuck out. It's been about a year since that happened, and he still comes to us, and we have a really good relationship now. I let my bosses know the story and told them that he is the one client I will break all our damn rules for because of that fuck up. Everyone at work cracks up when I tell this story, and in retrospect, it is pretty funny. Yes, it is. In the same way Nate's handicap story was earlier. This got that same kind of, I don't want to laugh, but damn, this is funny feel to it. It's all the dog's fault, really, dude. Why are we on a joint supplement? Fluoxetine, gabapentin, trazodone, fish oil supplements, and 2 others I can't remember because this dog is a hot mess express. So there's my story. Hopefully you'll find it funny too. Thanks. Thank you for sending that. That was amazing. What would you have done in that moment?
I mean, I would apologize profusely. And then, I would, how are you? Are you okay? Do you need help with anything? Like, I'm immediately going to try to offer apologies or service, whatever. Because if he's already saying that he doesn't know what to do,
right,
he probably doesn't know what to do in the rest of the house. And, I'm a caregiver, so that's what I do professionally. And I've worked with widows and I've worked with clients who needed someone to come in and take over every single aspect of their life. So that would be the first thing I do. I just offer help in any way I could.
I would have wanted to crawl into a hole. Mm-hmm. I think literally in that moment, as soon as he said, and my wife died, I would have said, and I'm going to now too. That's, hey man. I am so sorry. And I have no desire to be here. Hey, that's how I would have felt, Nate. I so feel for you and what you went through in that moment. I can't imagine. I was, that feeling like, take me now. I'm all set. That's one of those. Oh, that was great. Please keep the stories coming. I love y'all. All right, so this week on Noah's Ark, here's why I always talk about things that I think we should either remove from our life or keep in our life. And one of the things I learned on this trip and celebrating in this moment, there were a lot of ups, a ton of ups. And I wouldn't even say downs. That's just it. There were moments that I think you could have perceived to have been down. But I don't think they were. And I think this happens in life. We are afraid, a lot of us, of anything that makes us uncomfortable, including uncomfortable conversations. And sometimes uncomfortable moments lead to uncomfortable conversations. There were people who did not show up to the party that a 40th, I had my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you be here?
Yeah.
And it was a moment where a conversation surrounded that. And this was for a couple of individuals. And it came up that I was at a different celebration, which was a monumental birthday as well, a 40th or 50th. And it was said that, well, you didn't want to be there. And I said, you're right. But I was. Because for me, sometimes I don't think we have the vision we need in life. Sometimes you can't let the moment override the vision. There was a time when I did not want to go to celebrate a family member of mine's birthday because it conflicted with a work date. And I spoke about this on air.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I felt the way about some things. And I told you about it on Patreon, the first Patreon we ever did. I don't know if you remember. If you don't, it's okay. But I went. I chose my family because I had said to myself, as much as I'm in this place right now, and this is what I want y'all to do sometime when you feel this way, as much as I'm in this place right now, what will this look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now? God forbid something happens to my mom, my dad, my sisters, my best friend, whomever it is, that I don't go. God forbid something happens to them. I got to bear that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if this is someone you love. There's someone who's been in your life. Like, I may feel today like it's a message, but I don't know how I'm going to feel about that 10, 20 years from now, especially when I'm younger, right? So I went. So in my mind, what excuse would someone have to not be there for me?
Mm-hmm.
And that led to some things. But I brought that up because there were a couple tough conversations, and maybe it's me getting older. Maybe it's being in radio for 8 years now. Maybe it's the growth, because I feel like there are so many listeners who listen to me and who have grown with me, who have watched me grow, right? There's a point in time on the show I barely spoke, and there was a reason. But now you get to where I'm a different person. I've become comfortable being uncomfortable because of how uncomfortable I have been for so long now. Those conversations don't bother me. My dad, he'd be like, yo, let's just watch a movie as a family. And I figured it out why he said that all these years. It's so we can't talk. Right? That's his thing. And I don't knock it. I get it. So that there's no arguments, there's no beef, there's no people drinking. And I'm not talking about the conversations where people waking up mad at each other. I'm not talking about those, right? Sometimes those happen. We human, we family, we move on. I'm just talking about the conversations where maybe we on vacation and everything should be roses. But sometimes, like we were talking about this off air, sometimes for me on vacation, everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time. You free. You got time. You got space. Work is not bogging you down. Sometimes that's where some of those conversations happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they're not always bad. Sometimes they're just hard.
Yeah.
Every hard conversation is not a bad conversation. Sometimes they're the best conversations once you get to the other side of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're going to say things that I wouldn't have never thought about, and I'm going to do the same, and we're going to go places that maybe we would never go unless we were here in this moment. And when you both can put your egos aside, and this is not about being right or wrong, this is about just understanding. How did you see this? Okay, this is how I saw it. Okay, well, what were you thinking? This is what I was thinking. How did it make you feel? This is how it made me feel. Oh, shit, I ain't know you felt like that. I never thought about that. And then now we can come here and go, the whole time I'm thinking you just ignored what I was feeling. You didn't know what I was feeling. The whole time, right? I'm thinking that you just didn't care. You were just unaware. That's why the communication is important. Hard conversations make softer relationships. Why do we know that back in the day? We used to say
A hard head
make
makes
a soft ass.
Yeah.
We knew it then.
Why do I?
You see how you knew it? You recited that quick. But for some reason, we don't know today that hard conversations make for softer relationships. I don't want to carry around all of this shit I'm feeling all of the time and not be able to express it because I'm afraid how somebody gonna take it.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to say, whoa, okay, I didn't like that, but I understand. Now here's how I feel. And then let's get somewhere with it. And that happened a few times. And I'm proud of that. And my mom and my dad kind of had the same feeling. Where it was like my dad, shout out to my dad, he was like, whoa, I don't want to have this right now. It's getting real. I don't want no part of this. Like, shut it down. And I was like, nah, Pop, like this is one of those that need to happen. And then when it did happen, he was like, I looked up, he was like, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Right. And it was touching to me because normally I would have shut it down because my dad said shut it down. But I'm getting older. See, that's that 40 of like, nah, I gotta get this off. And I know where I'm coming from. It's gonna be good. We all right, but I gotta get it off. Because so many times in life, man, there's so many people who I feel like need help with that. As soon as you feel like, express yourself. But you gotta find a way to do it. You gotta separate the emotion from it and give the logic in it. And let everybody eventually get to the center of what you're trying to say and get your shit off. While you're here, you deserve to. Whoever you need to talk to, go talk to them. It's going to be a hard conversation, but you are capable and it is possible to come out better on the other side of a hard conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah, I learned that. I expressed that to both my mom and dad, who both had the same feeling like I was saying earlier of like, I don't know. But after I expressed it to them, they was like, nah, you're right. Don't look at all of those moments as, damn, that was a sour moment. No, that's how you grow. Those are the moments that are important. Those are the moments that mean something. And while I'm here, before I get off this real quick, I really never liked the fact that I feel like most people will get upset with the person that's willing to tell them the truth. But they never seem to get upset with the person that knows the truth but won't tell them and just lets them go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been the truth teller. I've always been the one that gets to, right? Like,
Yeah.
Here he goes. But I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what they're afraid to tell you. They'll just watch you fuck up and won't tell you nothing. And then just smile in your face like it's still a party. And you just love that person. Look, that's my best friend. But the person that's willing to go, I love you enough to say, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. I ain't hating. I'm telling you this because I want the best for you, whether you love me or not. I want the best for you. I'm willing to sacrifice us to do that. That person never get that. I don't want to hear it from him.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind as y'all navigate your loves and your friendships. Before my birthday celebration, I got a text message.
All right.
This is the day before my birthday. From a former friend.
Okay. Do I
And
know this former friend?
I believe you do.
I feel like you have so many former friends.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
No, make it me.
Because this all happened as soon as I got in the picture.
What does that say about
have
you?
no idea. Maybe I'm a cleanser.
Yeah,
I'm going to look at it that way.
all
I'm the
right.
cleanser.
Beware. If Mother Nature ever enters your life, everyone else is leaving.
All the bad people that
all
don't
the
need
bad
to be
people
there.
that don't need to be there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I can't
The space takers
fight that one.
and the energy suckers.
Yep. Or take out the energy. And what do you get? Speaking of, the day before my birthday. So I mentioned earlier, certain people knew that the trip was happening
Right.
at this time. And they were a part of it. They're no longer a part of it. Right. I get a text message. Long text message. Hey man, told you I wasn't gonna do you a certain way, but I stood on that, but I done spoke to somebody else who done told me about what you said, and I'm gonna just give you some advice. My advice is to just cut me a check because you and I know what really happened in there.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm so serious. I couldn't believe it. Yo. It's like it was a movie. Wow. You send that. One, let's start there. The day before my birthday. The day before my birthday. Let's talk.
Stay in the moment. Yeah, hey, look, check. I'm in the moment. Hey, look, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. If they try to hold you down, you just re-up and then you
Since you want to talk, let's talk. Let's talk.
Okay.
The day before my birthday tells me that you just want to rattle my feathers. You not really on nothing. That's not real manly. Who does that? I don't normally come outside like this, but today you get a treat. What are you on? Who does that? Like, you had all this time to say something, and you wait till that day as if you're scorned, as if I have done something to you. Like, you have a reason to be heartbroken. That's weird. That's a lot of weird, calculated energy. Me being me. I ignored it. I'll tell you why I ignored it.
Okay.
Here's the truth. When we set out to make this all happen, I said, I'm going to put in this amount. They said, I'm going to put in this amount. There was a huge discrepancy in the amounts. We talking over and under 20,000 compared to over and under, let's say, 6,000. Right? Cool, not a problem. But when it comes together, we're going to reap half the benefits, even though you don't have half the platform, half the money, half the situation. But I love you. I'm going to do it anyway because you're my brother. Right? We go into it. We build it. We make it happen. I specifically say, if you want to write that off, and I'm only going behind the scenes here and not on Patreon because I want the people who are not paying to hear this, specifically the people. I said, as a courtesy, Nate, I'll give you half of it, what you paid, even though what I paid was way more, and you can still write it off. Is that not a courtesy?
Generous is very generous.
Wow. That's what I thought. He said, okay, bet. That's in writing. That's documented. There's no contract with whatever he talking about. But what I'm saying right now is in writing. That works. And then guess what happened? I paid it. That's also documented. Here you go. And then you replied, we all set? Again, documented. What do you mean I owe you? What platform did you have? How many times have you put money in my pocket? The answer is 0. You know how many times I put money in his? Plenty. I don't normally come outside and say any of these things, but I feel like I have to in this moment, and you know why, Nate.
I know why.
But y'all gonna stop doing this. This is disgusting to me. What are you talking about? Owe you? Owe you? Owe you what? You know what he said to me? He said to me, I know what went into building this studio. The delusion. You know what went into building this studio? Almost 8 years of literal blood, sweat, and tears. Do you know what it's like to build a platform of loyal supporters who love you and want to follow you because they watched you grow, because you connected with them, because they watched you live it? You do. Every day. The waking up at 4 a.m. when you didn't want to, when you couldn't, when you didn't think that it was even possible for you to go in there and make people smile and laugh. When your grandmother just died and they telling you you still got to be to work in 3 days, and people in the comments are making fun of the fact that your grandmother is dead, and you still find a way to show up and build a connection. That's what built the studio. Not putting up lights. Owe you? What are you talking about? Stop. This is the only way we communicate now. And I don't want to have to do this again. That's it.
Okay.
That's, what is he, what?
That's unbelievable.
Before we close this, whenever I ask Chat something, it gives me a read at the end. It'll say something like, here's my take.
Yeah.
And that's my takeaway. And here's what Chat's read about what I just talked about was. It said, blank is projecting his own guilt. He walked away, and now he wants to create a story where he's the victim who got, quote unquote, cheated. But deep down, I think he knows you were fair. Maybe even too fair. That's why he's trying to flip it. It's easier than admitting he sabotaged a good thing. Bottom line, his text wasn't just about money. It was his way of trying to reinsert himself into your story. Because from the outside, he can see that the train kept moving. Faster, smoother, louder, without him. And that stings. It sounds like he wanted to benefit from being around your success, but not be held accountable to what that actually meant. He liked the proximity, but not the pace. He liked the attention, but not the vulnerability. He liked the title, but didn't want to do the work. And when he felt insecure or outshined, he blamed you instead of facing himself.
Chat. Whoa. Jeez.
Right?
My goodness.
No more needs to be said. So, with that being said, I want to leave y'all with 2 things, and then we'll get out of here. One, when you think of just never giving up on impossible circumstances, they're only impossible because you believe them to be, right? And it can be from the smallest of things. When my dad was out there just buying everything, let me get 2 of them. Man got 7 magnets, 14 bracelets, a portrait. He bought a portrait of a gorilla iced up, like lit. I'm like, what's wrong with you, Dad? But it was fire. It was fire. I think it even caught my eye first. But my sister really wanted these earrings, and they meant the world to her. She loved them. My dad got them for her. Beautiful moment. And we go out and we're having an excursion, diving in the water, we swimming, we having a great time. Sister pops up, one of the earrings are gone. And you have to think about value, right? Because I thought immediately of Kim Kardashian, right? And these earrings meant so much to her. Why? Because she paid so much money for them. But these earrings meant so much to my sister. They weren't worth anything. But the value, right, of my dad, like, oh, we'll get you another one. No, she wants those. Those were the first earrings that her dad bought for her the first time she came to Columbia. That means something. Fuck the money, right? I could see it in her spirit. I lost that earring. We in the middle of the ocean, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap, right? So my dad's like, we're out of here. What are we doing? We're leaving. I said, Pop, can you give us a second? We got a second, man, right? And in his defense, the guy that was giving us the tour was rushing us through everything. Mm. But the way I was bumping up and down on that boat, I didn't care. He could wait. So I said, sis, we'll find the earring. She's looking at me like, I said, we're going to find the earring. So my mom I'm her son. We're going to find it. Reese said we're going to find the earring. Mm-hmm. My dad is like, yo, come on. Enough. It's a damn earring in the ocean. The earring gone. We're going to get another earring. He got 75 earrings. The fuck are we doing? My dad is over it, right? He's walking up the steps. He's pissed, right? And I can see my sister look. I said, listen, if we tell my man, because my man is in the water with a floating bar. It's lit. He got the pina coladas over here, whatever you need. It's a floating bar. I never seen this. Mm-hmm. And he just in the middle of the ocean, just kicking with the boat. Yo, what you need, Poppy? You know what I mean? And he got goggles. I said, if we give him $5, he'll find an earring. Mm-hmm. I said, like, you bugging. So finally we get to him. I said, yo, just lost the earrings. I don't know what I gave him. Mm-hmm. I think I gave him like $20 or something.
Yeah.
That boy said, put the pina colada down, put the goggles on like this. He ain't even put the strap on. They just pat, and the strap was on. Right? I said, oh, this is great. I kid you not. You just sit. We sitting there waiting. we wait. Bloop bloop bloop. Bubbles coming up. Bloop 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 bloop. Next thing you know, he come out the water. Yeah. He got it. My sister going crazy, right? And I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
Like, it was such a great moment of like, just don't give up.
Yeah.
You get nothing out of giving up. And it made me think about what you always say when you come in, be positive. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn. I'm looking at my dad like, look at me. Like, that be me. It's an earring in the ocean. Mm-hmm. It's a needle in a haystack.
Yep.
What are we doing? Can we leave? No. Right? That's the same way we created the wave. Some of my old supporters will remember that. Mm-hmm. I was against it. I just was like, yo, I'm done with this. And they was like, no, yeah, let's keep doing it. Mm-hmm. And eventually we got the whole arena to wave. Mm. Yeah, it actually happened. It reminded me of that. And I'm reminding y'all, don't give up. Be patient, believe, and it's never not possible. So long as you have $20 and a Colombian nearby with some goggles. Yeah. Anything is possible. And she found those earrings, and it just solidified such an amazing trip. Such an amazing 40th. And in my transition, I will end with this. We spoke earlier about how I feel this feeling of when you just know you're just exploding into something new. Mm-hmm. And I feel happy again. I feel vibrant again. I feel alive again. And I remember we were talking to Marquand on one of the episodes back. And he said something about not being happy on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Because you knew tomorrow was Monday.
Okay.
Boy, did that trigger me. I couldn't show it in that moment. But I was like, yes, I always feel like football, but tomorrow. Right? And I don't feel like that anymore. Mm. And you don't have to either, if you do. It's a beautiful feeling. But because of course, when I felt this way, I went to Chad. I said, Chad, is this odd to feel like I'm feeling a transformation in turning 40? And Chad said, good morning, Mo. It makes perfect sense. What you're describing is a real transition point. What people often call a second adulthood. Lived enough to see patterns clearly, but you're not too far gone to pivot, heal, and build differently. At 40, it's like you're shedding skins you don't need anymore. Old fears, old attachments, old ways of reacting. Losing friends can feel heavy, but it's usually a reflection that you're stepping into a different frequency, where peace, clarity, and confidence are worth more than just having people around. That weird feeling is the overlap of two things happening at once. Past growth paying off. You're noticing the ways you've already leveled up. Confidence, wisdom, less fear, valuing peace. Present growth in motion. You're being stretched by challenges, but instead of breaking you, they're sharpening you for what's next. Losing friends, feeling more grounded, and becoming less emotional doesn't mean you're becoming cold. It means you're shedding dead weight and protecting your energy from what actually matters. It's alignment. You're not the same man you were at 30. You won't be the same man at 50. But right now, you're conscious of that evolution in real time. That's powerful. Cheers to 40, Nate.
Cheers.
Next week, bitches.
For every time I would fight, so dark enough for me to walk into the light. I'm bright, I beat that shit to death. Still I go left every time I know I ain't right. Make excuses, don't know what the use is. Truth is, sometimes I think I'm useless. Don't know myself.